fire update for today about the fires in the Mat-Su Borough. And so we've got a short press conference for you today. At the beginning, I also want to recognize that the Mayor, Vern Halter, is here. Also, Assembly members Dan Mayfield and Jesse Sumner are here. So thank you for being here and showing interest in this very important issue in the community. We're going to start off right now with Ed Soto. He's the Coastal Region Forester for Alaska Division of Forestry, and he's going to give you the update on the forestry situation for the 2 fires of significance in the Mat-Su.
Good afternoon. For the Division of Forestry, we have 2 large fires of interest in the Mat-Su Valley today. The first is the McKinley Fire, which is sitting around mile 91 down through mile 88 on the Parks Highway. We're holding that fire very well east of the highway. It's right now at about 150 acres. We've got aircraft helping suppress that fire, along with crews and engines from the Mat-Su Valley. The other fire of interest is the Deshka Fire, which originated near the Deshka Landing and is moving south towards South Raleigh Campground and Red Shirt Lake. That fire right now is holding well at South Raleigh Creek, and we've got smoke jumpers on that, hotshot crews, and more crews on the way in, and we do have Blackhawks from the National Guard coming in to help with both of those fires at the moment. So with that, the Parks Highway is open at the moment, and but please do expect delays as we manage traffic through the smoky areas. And if you are driving in that direction, certainly look for firefighters and other obstacles that might be in the way there. So with that, back to you, Michelle.
Okay, right now we're going to have Ken Barkley, the Director of Emergency Services, come up. We just want to recognize for a minute the hard work of the crews, of Ken's crews, over the last 24 hours in keeping the fires under control and all the support that you've been given. So thank you for your firefighters and the work they've been doing.
You're welcome, Michelle. Ken Barkley, Director of Emergency Services. So far, we started our fires about 8:30 yesterday morning. We've had well over 7 wildland fires and 3 structure fires. We have over 60 firefighters from the Mat-Su Borough on the fire and another 40 on standby. We set up unified command yesterday morning with forestry, and as of this morning, forestry is the incident commander for the fires. We had so far no injuries and no structures have been lost. We have 2 shelters set up, one at the Upper Sioux, and then the other one is Willow Community Center. Both shelters are operational. We've had up to 43 people spend the night in both shelters combined. We will be keeping those shelters open. The evacuation area will remain the same. We do not expect to have folks go back to the residence today. We will give an update tomorrow as to whether we will be able to allow them back in. The fire departments that have helped us so far: Talkeetna, Caswell, West Lakes, Houston, Central, Jay-Bear, Palmer, Anchorage, and Chugiak. All those fire departments have been helping us on the fire throughout yesterday and are also helping us through today. Special thanks to the AST folks. They were helping us with managing traffic and keeping the firefighters safe on the highway. And they worked all through the night in keeping traffic flow. They have turned it over to a contract agency who is out there now, flaggers. They are letting traffic through intermittently, and those conditions do change according to the fire conditions, whether we can get folks through or not. Special thanks to the Red Cross for setting up the shelters, and the CERT teams in Talkeetna and Willow have also been instrumental in helping us getting folks taken care of and the resources that they need, and our animal care folks for helping with the animals. MEA has been out with us throughout the night as well, shutting power off as needed while we're working and then restoring it as they can. That's it. We'll take questions at the end.
Okay, Mayor Vern Halter would like to now speak.
Thank you, and hello to everybody. And I just wanted to point out we've got our borough manager, John Moosey's here with us, and our assistant borough manager, George Hayes. So thank you, gentlemen. And, of course, yesterday was a tough day, you know, really for the whole Mat-Su Valley. It's probably the hottest, driest summer. I've been in Alaska over 40, 45 years, and I think it's the hottest, driest summer I've ever seen in my 40, 45 years. And, of course, Mother Nature kind of rules. It's tough to fight fires like we're doing and doing such a great job when the wind is blowing 30, 40 and it is so dry. So I just want to thank Ken Blarkley and all our borough firefighters and the state of Alaska, too, for jumping on the fire. I went down to see the Lucky Shot fire. I think that started about 1:30, 1:20. I was down there at 2 p.m. They already had it circled and stopped on the ground. It was an electrical fire. I guess the electric line came down from the high winds tipping trees over. And but they had that one circled already. Willow had already been north to, I think, the mile 90 fire, and then so they started coming back. At one time, though, at Lucky Shot, I saw Houston firefighters, I saw Westlake firefighters, I saw Talkeetna trucks and firefighters there, and of course Willow was there. It was an amazing effort, and I just want to thank our borough firefighters for doing such a great job, and the state too. And we're not out of this. When I just drove out of my place, which is mile 64.7 on the Parks Highway, and I could see the Deshka plume to my right, 6-7 miles. And, of course, the wind is picking up, and it's picking up pretty rapidly. When I woke up this morning, I got up at 5 a.m. It was 38 degrees in Willow, dead calm. And by the time I left here, I left about noon at my place. It was already, I think, blowing 15, 20, and the wind was picking up fast. It was already above 70 degrees. And it is a tough one. So I just urge everybody, don't throw any cigarette butts out the car window. Don't start any campfires, you know, any type of fire at all, and just be very, very conservative of everything we're going to do right now, because we're just not out of this. I don't see any rain in the forecast for many, many days to come, is the kind of the honest truth of the matter. So we're not out of this, and I just, you know, but the coordinated effort between the state and the Mat-Su Borough and J-Bear, you know, when I was up at Sheep Creek last night, Ken Barkley picked Senator Bovee and I up, and I want to thank you. Took us through the fire. The road was closed at that time. We went up the Wild Bill Way and looked at that, where that fire kind of started. And I am just really encouraged about how they slowed and stopped these fires. But we're not out of it, and I hope the wind will die tonight and stay dead for the next few days. And we're going to need tankers, I guess, to get the tankers up and get this retardant on these fires. And so we're not out of this yet. And I'm hoping we'll get some rain. So thank you, everybody, and thank you to our Mat-Su Borough firefighters. Ken, say thanks to everybody, and same to the state. So.
Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, just to reiterate, a lot of hard work done by firefighters last night. We do have wind conditions that are difficult to fight fire in, so we are asking everyone to remain vigilant and to not have campfires, to not put smoking materials out. And since we're having a lot of down power lines as well, with the wind, if you see a down power line, report it right away. Make sure there's not a fire associated with that. So just a note to the public to remember, now is not the time to burn. Just let's wait it out. And we're all Alaskans. We work very hard for our houses here. We want to make sure that we can continue for another day, and to help each other. So with that, do we have any questions? We're going to open up for questions.
Yes, hi, Dave Lavelle, the channel KTVA. We heard the number on the acres burned on McKinley. Do we have an updated number on Deshka? Do we have an updated number on the McKinley fire?
Sure. The Deshka fire right now is sitting approximately between 600 and 1,000 acres. It's difficult to map the exact acreage because of all the smoke, but we'll be solidifying that further as the day goes on. But right now, minimum 600, maximum of 1,000 or so.
And McKinley is
140 to 150, yes, sir.
What has been the biggest challenge so far outside of the winds?
I would say biggest challenges would be the time frame by which this escalated so quickly and getting the amount of resources that we needed on site in a timely fashion. And we're catching up to that now with additional resources coming into the state from throughout the state and outside of the state as well.
And last night it was mentioned that the McKinley do we have a cause yet or speculation for Deschler?
No, we don't have a cause yet. I can tell you that power lines, when we have wind events, are a significant cause of wildland fires, but none of these fires have been solidified in terms of what their causes were.
So just to reiterate, the firefighters right now are concentrating not on cause and origin. Right now, they're concentrating on initial attack. And so our highest priority is to make sure the public's safe and initial attack. Investigation will happen afterwards, but first, right now, you know, we need to be focusing on initial attack, and that's where all the effort is going right now.
We've been trying to get a hold of the Matsu School District. Anybody heard of anything as to whether classes are going, how this is going to impact classes tomorrow?
So I'll bring up the municipal manager, Mr. Mosley.
Mr. Vallis, perfect timing. I just got a text from Superintendent Goyette questioning, would it be safe tomorrow to have the kids in Willow to go to school? We will confer on that, but we are most likely leaning to recommend that they do not attend schools. I think the concern is they have to be evacuated. How do we evacuate those many kids? So we will be coming back, conferring with Superintendent Goyette, and a decision will be forthcoming, and we will put that on the Matsu webpage and get that out to the news media. So good question, perfect timing. Unless you're monitoring my phone, then we know how that happened.
As a matter of fact,
Okay, additional questions? Any questions from the audience? Okay. With that, we'll wrap it up now. Again, thank you for coming. Thank you to the assembly members and the mayor for being here, and municipal staff, or borough staff. And what we'll do is we will be having an update later on around 5 o'clock in time for, we'll have it at Division of Forestry, and we'll do an evening update, an evening brief as well to give you some updates.
5 o'clock, next briefing here.
At Division of Forestry in Palmer.
And any idea what time the next, or what time the update after that might be?
We can do one for your evening news as well. Yep. Okay, thank you. All right, thank you very much.